Ugh. What did he just say? What did he just say? What did he just say? He's seen this sign like the Masons. That's what I thought he said. Knights of Shame. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath, and I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I'm trying to stay out of my head. I'm trying to not to feel. I'm just trying to observe. Just observe. Don't put any emotion on anything that I'm experiencing right now. It ain't the energy for it, man. I don't got the patience for it. I mean, I have the patience, but I got the energy that is so heightened that I have to curb my own self to not meet, to match whoever I'm dealing with today, because I am extra explosive. I am all fire today. See, there's a full moon in Aries. We're going to be in a full moon, or there's going to be a Libra New Moon about the middle of the month. So we're in a Libra Aries sandwich, full moon sandwich, see? This is the one of 2 Aries full moons this month. At the end of the month, we're going to have, on Halloween, Harvest Moon is going to be blue moon. Oh, hang on to your kids and your pets. Don't let nobody grab them. They're going to want to eat them and do stuff and summon dark forces because they're losing the grip. They're losing the grip of their control of the whole planet, and they've had it for so long, and people are seeing, and they're getting throttled. They're getting seen for who and what they are. And people want God. And Luciferi Tale's been winning for too long. Because they took all the good stuff, man. They had Hollywood for programming, sports for distraction, religion for, oh, you're going to be okay, as the person that says it comes up behind you and slits your throat, bleeds you out, put your bones under the Vatican, all the rest of the kids. Brutal, man. People have no idea the darkness because it's absence of light. Light is God. Light is source. So if you just shut out all the goodness, this was not always easy for me to do. To love on other human beings. This is why I have dogs, man, because they teach me how to love, because I don't know it. Because of and by myself, this loving vibration, it feels like electricity to me. And electricity, who likes to get shocked? Who? So I've had to reprogram my own brain from my years of freaking trauma and torment, which I have gotten over, incidentally. I've gotten over it all. I don't sit in the pain of how bad it feels when that happened to me. No, I just think it's just another fucking asshole with the dick. You know, I had a hard time with men for a long time. I could have been one of those that women are like, or those guys are like, you're just a man hater. Well, let's see, I was raped by one when I was 10 years old. When I was, my father was no help. He was not kind and loving. He liked to scare me. He liked to watch me be scared. So he would do things like wake me up and blah. When under the circumstances of how we've had to bug out in life, that's not cute, man. That's not funny. I remember one time at Denny's, that's where they'd have to, you get custody suit. You always see who else is, getting the kids are getting exchanged in a public place, so it keeps it nice and friendly. But no, my parents never kept it friendly. They're always trashy tramp in the freaking parking lot, and just whatever, to make the kids yeah. And so there's this period in my life. I was about 5-6 years old. We had moved up to Reading, and I'm like, Mom, I don't know what to call this guy. I don't know what to call him. He doesn't feel like Dad, because all the stuff I see, he don't do that stuff. He don't feel like Dad. She's like, well, you need to address this, because everything was addressing your feelings, even at 5-6 years old. So you need to address this. So all right, Denny's. He's picking this up. I was like, hey, and I had a speech impediment too, and he hated the fact that I had a speech impediment. I think I reminded him of him because I'm pretty sure he had one too. And so he made fun of me for that. So so it wasn't just what I was saying to him, but it was also how he would make fun of how I would say it too. Okay, this is all stuff I let go. I don't hang on to this stuff. It doesn't hurt my feelings. It doesn't make me mad because it's a reflection of him, and it has nothing to do with me. So I was like, I was wondering maybe on this trip that you and I could just go hang out, just you and me. So I could get a feel of who you are, so I know what to call him. Pop, Dad, He refers to himself as dear old Dad, but I just don't. That makes me want to throw up. Who's out there, Artie? So, he freaking snapped back with, what the fuck do you, no, he didn't cuss, excuse me, but he did yell. He said, what do you want me to do? Ignore everyone else just to hang out with you? And I went, in my mind, I was like, well, yeah. That was it. Then he would, take me into a restaurant and, as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, order a freaking nice 12-pound, steak. And we'd sit in silence and eat steak. Yeah, so but I always had masculine energy in me, right? I always had masculine energy in me. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because Aries full moon is bringing out all this masculine energy, this fire, this roar, And I was reading, and I encourage people to get into their birth charts. I really do. And I got this app. It's called Astro Future. And it shows, and it lists your natal chart with your transits and stuff, and it'll just give you little tidbits as the transits are going through. It's not going to say this is how you're going to feel. No, that ain't how it works. These are the potentials. If you're in a good place, it could go this way. If you're not, it could go this way. The choice is yours. You have free will. You have opposable thumbs. Just because the energy pops up and you want to interpret it as anger doesn't mean that you got to be mad about shit. Go run around the block. It'll go away. People have to move the energy within themselves. How many people just don't even move around? I'm constantly moving around. So today, I already started my day. I already know what my attitude's like. And then so when I read this, I'm like, okay, great, Marge, now you got to check yourself. Now you got to spot check yourself all freaking day long, and it's only 9:17 in the morning. The masculine energy is very strong. See, and I'm a girl. I'm a female. I don't like all of the masculine energy. I just have learned to let it flow. I don't like it. I don't like it. I like soft. I like sweet. I like quiet. I don't like aggression. I don't like fury. I don't like feeling like I have to push through everywhere just to get my way in life. All I fucking want is a fucking trailer on a fucking acre that's hooked up to some electricity, maybe a little fucking wireless so I can keep doing this shit and talking to myself. I'm not talking to myself. I'm not talking to myself. I got people in the chat. I see them there. But I'm just giving examples. Because I'm up here right now, and I'm trying to stay down here because it's the energy. Masculine energy is stronger than you are used to. You feel more in charge of your life than normal. I do, but see, in charge Marge means me pushing through to get what I want. Because people don't give me what I want, so I have to give me the fuck what I want. Help me. Why can't you do this? Just do this. Why can't people call back? Why can't people say they're going to do shit and follow through? Why can't they? And then I'm like, Marge, where are you not following through in your life? Because this is bothering you a lot. So where are you in your life not following through? It ruins stuff when you're painfully aware of yourself. It ruins a lot of shit. It takes a lot of blame off everyone else when you are painfully aware of yourself. It kind of is a downer, It definitely takes the narcissist and freaking and psychopath and all that shit out of it. You know, I woke up. I had such a cool, higher dimensional experience in my night shift last night, and I had all these, and I should have freaking got up and just wrote it down, but no, I had to get up and get mad about something stupid that I have no control over. That's what I did. So I'm gonna make different choices hopefully the rest of the day, because now I know about it, and I knew it wasn't gonna be easy. But I'm tired of feeling the fight. I just want to be at peace. So, what else? Oh, because I'll just scroll around, like, jump in on, see what the headlines in some news are, and I saw an article at the San Francisco airport. Evidently, they've been closed for like 5 months. This is the shit that frickin' makes my third eye twitch. Good morning, Violet Moon. You know, I watched the replay back of Marge this morning, and actually, before I go, I want to finish the airport thing. Why San Francisco Okay, so this is what all these big, huge companies and all these, you know, corporations and all these people that take all of our life force energy to sustain themselves, you know, because we're the ones killing ourselves to freaking pay for the shit that they want so they can do all their evil bidding, you know, and they don't even care about money. It's just all power. They don't give a shit. They don't even need money. These people don't need money. Ask yourself, when do you think the last time, like, Pelosi had used a $20 bill or something? You know what I mean? I mean, they don't even deal with the same things that the masses deal with, you know? I've been talking for years, since the last election. I'm like, hey, you want to see what these candidates are really about? Why don't you start challenging them to go sleep in the tent cities that their administrations have created by their neglect? Yeah. Go down and just do it for 4 nights. 3 nights, 4 days. 3 nights, 4 days. Just long enough. No, 4 nights, 5 days. 4 nights, 5 days. Long enough where you can get an idea of what it would be like if this is how you had to live. But not too short, and you can't bring all your puffy coats, and you can't bring all, you got to use what your peers use. Yeah, because a lot of these people just, you know, just fell through the cracks in which you've created. A lot of professionals, a lot of different economic backgrounds, a lot of different countries, you know, coming to America, land of the free, which we all know is a bunch of shit. Land of the free, my ass. Land of the free it's no. You got, see, when there's so many people having such different experiences, that is creating cognitive dissonance. So, Earth, Spirit, God, which, incidentally, it's really important that I invite God in right now. Welcome, God. Welcome to my talk. I'm just going to invite you in, so maybe I will be a little bit more at peace. Yeah. So here he is. You know. People are just reeling, and then you get these airports, you know, they get these billions of dollars in bailout because all we got is $1,200. So 12 times, you know, however, you know. But they got like millions. You got business like tens of thousands, and you know, and then they still got to keep working, and then they didn't have to deal with all the public because they're like, oh, we got all these rules, so the government says, so we'll just, you know, it just helps them too. It helps them too. So they get all these bailouts, and instead of like passing the savings on to the people that could really use it, you know, what if fucking these entities do, like these airports and shit do, like San Francisco? I wonder what the price tag that they spent to making the airport quiet was. That's what they did. They put up all kinds of sound panels. They put in, why? This U.S. Air is turning off the loud. They're making it all sound. They're taking our high vibes. They want everybody subdued. The noise reduction program had been in the works before the pandemic, though. But then they got the money to finish it. However, the timing coincides with the September reopening with the SFO's International Airport Terminal, which had been closed since April 1st. Well, they just got a big old huge... They got paid to rebrand. See, people don't understand what's going to happen. They don't see the way that some of us see. And they don't understand the true nature of mankind, because they just accept, they just allow the marauders, the darkness to go on, they just allow it. All the mothers that have allowed their children to be harmed because they're it's gotten really gross. And I was listening to Aquarius Rising Africa, and she had Jeannie's tarot on. And the last thing I heard, because I was listening to their talk before I started mine, and the last thing I heard her say before I paused it is, she's like, if you notice, they don't like babies that are born natural anymore. And I was like, holy shit, look at all, it's all been test tube babies. It's all the rich people in the in vitro and stuff like that. Because in their mind, if it's everything's in a science, then it makes them feel better if they take your kids and then eat your kids. Because in their mind, their kids are just like their little slaves. I mean, look at that that is disgusting. Thank you, Kijin, for your reports. I can't stand that she makes me less lesbian. And probably because she might be a man. Who knows, that Tegan, man. But like, her kids are her slaves. And these people are mental midgets. Their psychology is disheveled. They have no business even having children at all. They eat them. She got a blood transfusion, and all of a sudden she looks just wonderful. So what? There's darkness in every single freaking entity, and the darkness is freaking straight up evil. And people are going like, that doesn't happen. That doesn't exist. That's not real. As their throats are getting slit, and it's just, people are just, and I really appreciate, because Janine, I believe, is a Scorpio moon like me, and so she ain't no bullshit neither. I lost 5 people yesterday, subscribers yesterday. And why? Well, I wonder what is it, because I talk about, people that let themselves go to the point that, they're just so unhealthy, and then they're so scared because of all the stuff that can kill them because they didn't do the work to make themselves healthy, and I comment on it, so I'm an asshole. Yeah. What was it? Because I said keep the spoon out of your mouth? I mean, what is it? What is the thing that I say to piss people off? They never tell me what. Yeah. So I'm really, I want to know about Helen Reddy. I think she was one of like a high priestess or something. I really do. She's so smart, and she's so. But I think there's something about it. I was kind of curious as to what Jessie. Maybe it's Thursday. Maybe if I'll ask her a question, be like, was Helen Reddy, part of all this stuff? Because, I mean, as far as CIA operators, you want to get, but she's just, I don't know. That one's tough. But she had a kidney removed and like adrenal issues and stuff like that. So I can see, I mean, so if she had, I could see, it could go, and there's no way I'm never going to know. It is none of my business. I just like, is that how it could be? I still appreciate her for all the goodness that she added to the world, I know fallen freaking all demons are really good people that just have been hurt, and then people haven't helped them, so they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want, and then I'm gonna do what I want to get what I want, even if it's to hurting people. But I always was pressed in me when I was a little girl that you don't hurt people. And I've been hurt. I don't hit people because freaking people hit me. You know? I'm not a sexual deviant because I've had sexual deviants have their way with me at very young ages. So I just I did the opposite. I didn't go into the darkness. I did whatever I could to stay out of it. And I'm pretty freaking proud of myself. Actually, the stuff that, I mean, I don't know what was harder, quitting drinking or smoking, you know, and I never really liked the hard stuff because my spirit always knew that it was just being void. Like every time I do that stuff, that my spirit was being kicked out of my body. And that I needed to anchor my body or my spirit more into my body for my self-actualization and realizations. Not, you know, escape from my feelings. I gotta look at them and process them and all that stuff, because if I don't, it turns into frustration, and then I get mad, and then everything around me is like just feels my energy and just doesn't even want me around. But I thought it was really interesting that Janine said that she was like, have you noticed they don't like having natural babies? I don't even know if they can. Maybe they're also inbred, you know, because it's all about who marries who and family lines and stuff, like far much more than I ever thought. See, because I never had a mind like that. That's how people get away with shit, is because if you don't think like the dastardly, you're not going to do what the dastardly do. But if you've seen the dastardly and you've been around the dastardly, then you kind of get an idea. It's like, oh my gosh, you know, and all these organizations of freaking saving the kids, and ever since I was a little kid, you know, I always thought, well, with all this government and all these people that are doing all of these things for the betterment of whoever, how come things keep getting worse and never better? And that's the thing. It's all lip service. It's all advertising. It's all marketing. It's all propaganda. It's all horse crap. It's all reindeer games. It's the reality of it is there are very few people in charge of the whole earth, and they control everything, and people are waking up to that fact. And the spirit doesn't want to be controlled. The spirit is free. The spirit will live free, or it will die fighting. It's just in the spirit way. You know, unless you got to the point where you're just like, you give up and you can't do it anymore, you just can't go on. A lot of people are doing that. Suicide rates all over the side. Homicides, because people are taking out their whole families because it's just like, out of love. Because they can't take care of them. And if they know that they can't take care of them, ain't nobody else going to care about them. So that's why all these people are like taking out their whole families and stuff, because I understand it's out of love, but it's out of desperation too. You know, it's out of lack of faith. Because if you create a faith with your God, my God, Christian God, one God source, you know, there's all these different representation, but He's the ultimate authority, power in my life, and all these people gave their authority and power away. What is selling your soul? What is selling your soul to you? What is it to me? To me, selling my soul is just not living in a way that is conducive. Selling my soul would be if I did put my mom in a place, got rid of my dogs, and just went around, just tried to make as much money as I possibly could, freaking maybe get laid as much as I could, maybe get drunk in this country, maybe fly around, and then if I get bored with that, then I'll just start seeing how I can toy with other people, and it's hell to pay living like that, living lies, trying to keep track. I never was a huge liar because it's just too hard to keep track of all the shit. It's hard for me to be like, because I'm a moody bitch. I am a moody bitch. The thing of it is I try to keep my mood high and positive and vibrant. But somebody freaking comes in, I feel justifiable anger, or I feel, you step on my toes, I will retaliate. And I don't want to be a retaliator. I just want to turn the other cheek, go home, and freaking pet my dog. Yeah, that's all I want. The fight is for other people, man. This ain't my fight. World War III is a spiritual war. People got to realize, if you calm your own ass down, when you take that out into the earth, You can bring calmness, but, how are people learning how to calm themselves down? Where are they learning? Are they meditating? Are they, are they getting more physical? Are they taking care of themselves and getting exercise? Are they, are people emerging from this? I know there's going to be, they're going to call fucking second wave and third wave. It's the control freaks, man. They've been putting us in pins and go this way over here and go over here and do this and do that because whoever's in charge feels like it. It's been going on forever, man. Slaves never haven't, that's why I called this talk Red October, and I look at it as because of the fiery energies of Mars. It had nothing to do with that stupid game with the freaking Russians and the freaking, I don't give a shit. It's all made up. It's all stories. And I'm for truth. I'm for real stuff. I'd rather hear stories about how real people's lives and stuff like that, not made up stuff. Anyway, so Red October, and all this stuff with China. California is like little China, and I remember people talking about that like years ago. How they're gonna break, the Chinese are gonna take. Nope, it's like, oh really? What do we have here? Is people sold their soul. People chose money, property, prestige. Look at all the people. You know who else I was wondering about as far as property? Because they buy up all the property. You know who has entirely too much for the value of the person she was? Old girl's wife. Irwin's wife. And she's from Oregon. She's from Eugene. And there's a lot of freaking dark black witch bitches in this state. Blackness. Darkness. Men. Masonics. Dark. I'm trying to escape Oregon. Bleh. Help me escape Oregon, please. This place is they got freaking that's what they're doing all downtown. The cranes everywhere. All the freaking they're getting all their bailout money and they're renovating all the state buildings. There's cranes. There's a hill up over by my house. If you go up there, there's like 1, 2, 3. There's like 7 huge, gigantic cranes downtown. And if you go drive, they're all freaking city. They're all getting facelifts. They're all filling in their basements, and you better get rid of those people stables that were under there. Where you kept the slaves and stuff like that to have their seances. Why do you think there's a big old tall gold guy at the top of the Capitol? It's all for the Lucy fairy tale because everybody sold their soul. They all sold their soul. I didn't steal my soul. I don't think people in my chat, I don't know. But, it's just like, and the opposition that I get, my brother would rather move me back to Omaha, Nebraska than help me get to a place in California. He's like totally discouraging it. So I'm like, I guess I better try harder to go back to California then, It is weird. It is weird that he is in the position that he is in. And he's like, the only stressor in my life is you. And I'm like, that's what they do. That's what they do. They create their lives where they don't have to deal with stressors. That's why he's like never talking. Out of sight, out of mind for these people, man. And I can't live like that. So, because like, you're the only stressor in my life. And I'm like, how are you in your position? Your whole state is freaking turning to shit, man. It's literally burning down. It's like, it's in a bad way. California's in a bad way. And I keep getting these notifications for Zillow, man. Price drop, price drop, price drop, price drop. New property, new property, new property. I'm like, people don't want to go to California. People ain't going to California. People are going to freaking Idaho. People are going to Washington. People are going to, like, Texas, North Carolina. They're even leaving. I don't think the Midwest is going to be like a dust bowl here before too long. Because all the big business left Omaha. All of it. Yeah, you got PayPal there and TD Ameritrade, but, the whole economic system and the reindeer game of stocks and all that shit is freaking going down. And that's, Ricketts, he's the one it's his family that started TD Ameritrade. How come there's no special interest there? He's the governor, I mean, it's just like, it's all so weird. How does the governor get to own, I mean, be part of a, it's all so, oh, because they do whatever they feel like. Because they have money and they sold their soul. I swear that Prickets guy, man, he looks like a straight up lizard. That guy, oh, he had a lawyer, his law office, he had a law office in freaking Omaha, and right down from where I worked, in the Landmark building, because the girl that worked at the diner right there, all the freaking everybody around there, all the bigwigs around there would go eat at the diner, you know. She got a Mac laptop out of it. She gave one old guy that worked up in the Woodman building, which is a big, he was up at the top floor, man. She treated him real nice. He invited her up to his office, you know, offered to pay for her college. Gave her a Mac computer just for being a good waitress. You know? She was like 21. That guy was like in his 70s, dude. People with power, man. See, that's why I'm like, you know, it's just weird. I don't want power like that. I have never wanted power like that. I don't want to control people. It's bad karma. We are free. We're a free nation. We're supposed to be a free nation. But those blue bloods, man, those blue bloods have been taking it all for themselves. Just serving, not this country's best interest, but the blue bloods, the monarchy, the hierarchy, you know, and at the top of theirs is a very, very dark entity. Lucifer, Satan. You know? That's why, you know, it's like, oh, I guess, Bruce Springsteen needs to put out an album because he probably has to earn his keep. You know, I never liked him. And I know, seeing all these people that people have loved, these bands and stuff, they love them. I'm like, I don't know. But see, at the same time, I remember when I was dumb and stupid in like the early 2000s, I was like, oh, Katy Perry, she's positive for young girls. And that was like one song. And then I was like, oh, she's a dumb bitch. But I mean, I've promoted people that I'm not in alignment with anymore. I've done talks, and I didn't promote her, but I guess I kind of did, Marina Abramovich, but this is before I really fell into the heart space of all of her bloodletting and spirit cooking and stuff like that, because the stuff that I did, I didn't find out about until after and I've denounced it all since. But see, and then I stopped liking, I started seeing her for the darkness that she was when I started seeing who she was hanging out with, because I freaking have never liked Jay-Z. Dude was a crack, he freaking sold crack. If he would have sold weed, maybe I would have checked out his music, but no, he always touted about how he liked to sell crack. And that, I'll explain that later. That's just a low vibrational being that goes after people, you know, that are hurting. You know, people just want to feel better. You know, that's all they want to do is feel better. And people prey on that. It's freaking. And you know, and his wife is a Luciferi queen. She's like the new Gloria Vanderbilt. She took over that old Cooper, A.C. Cooper, Anderson Cooper. Everybody loves Anderson Cooper. I don't love Anderson Cooper. I think the guy's a creep. You know? And his brother was a freaking sacrifice. You know, people sacrifice other people all the time, figuratively and literally. I've been sacrificed. I've sacrificed myself. You know, but I don't look at it I used to sacrifice myself by living for what other people wanted me to live for. I don't do that anymore. See, I live for me, and I live for Mom and my dogs. See, people don't understand. My mom, thank you, Could Be Nothing, for sharing me. My mom is, I have her face. So if I am unkind to her, and if you have your parents' face, and you have a hard time with her, and if I am unkind to her, I am unkind to me. So I have to be kind to all people, because what I've come to find out is every person I meet on the street is probably someone that I have been or am going to be in a different incarnate. And if I meet them with disdain and hate and love, then that is me meeting me one day, potentially, is how I see it. That's how I see it. I see things so much different than other people do because I've always had a different perspective. I've always been the shortest. I've always been the last. I've always been, I was the runt. I was the runt. Marge Astrology was talking about that today. I was the runt. And they make runts so you can draw on runts and make runts act how you want them to. I've been given too much of myself in a loving, kind way, and then the perverts took that and they try to taint your darkness and stuff like that. Don't ever let people take your light, because that's what makes you dark, just being here connected with the people that are here in the channel. This is why I do it. Yeah, people could call me a vampire if they want, because I take people's energy. I draw on their energy when I need it. Most of the time, I'm giving it, but sometimes I need it, That's how energy works. And it's not like a bank account where sometimes you add a deposit and sometimes you make a withdrawal and sometimes you have to close the... That's a stupid... I used to buy into that bullshit before. What I found... But you know what? I believe in energy, and energy don't die. So you got to keep that stuff balanced, man. You got to keep it balanced in you. You got to keep it balanced in you. in your environment. These astrologies aren't no joke. People are waking up all over the place. People are waking up to the truth of the reality of the situation of the world and the grossness of the world. Be kind. Be kind to everyone you meet, even if they're a fucking straight up asshole dickhead. You know why? Because they are freaking the fuck out. That's why. That's why people are acting like that. They're freaking out. And even if they're doing it, even if they're the nefarious, I do not hate the sinner, not the sin. Or hate the sin, not the sinner. God, I hate when I misspeak like that. Good girls, hit the hydration station, my love nugget. You want to go out and see Retta? Want to go see what Retta's doing? I already snapped at Mom this week because she said something. She keeps rubbing her face. We're back here. She does it from spring to fall. I don't know why. She just, and I can't control it. So it drives, and she makes little sores. And then the thing of it is with sores, you got to keep. I'm always trying to keep her clean without having running water. And so it's like, so it's like I walk out and I catch her doing. I'm like, stop touching her face. I'm like, I fucking get sick of fucking repeating myself, but you gotta be kind and loving. It's like, stop doing it because I know of what can happen. But it's like, oh, okay, don't rub your face, Ma, for the 100 gazillionth mazillionth fucking don't do that because you might, but then it's just like, I'm making myself crazy, so it's just fucking, alright, let her, if she gets an infection, if she get, what, and I was just like, Mom, if you get, I said, Mom, I brought it down. I said, don't rub her face, because you got an owie on there, because she rubs it with her sweater, and her skin is so sensitive, because she's, little old lady, and so I'm like, don't, and then I'm like, it's gonna get infected, and we don't want you to get sick. And she said something like, you don't want me around anyway, or something like that. I'm like, no, we're not playing this game today. No. So, because she's a fire sign too. She's Sagittarius, so she's in her feelings and her emotions, and I'm like, nope, not letting you have it. Nope, I'm not buying into it. I'm like, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm gonna go ahead and do a talk and all. This was after breakfast. Already got her breakfast and stuff. But hey, I'm not gonna freaking try and change her mind of her feelings. I'm just gonna leave her to those. And if she wants to, and then I'll check in later, and then make some jokes and stuff like that, and it'll be all right. And we'll go on with our day. But some days I only have enough to keep myself freaking because I want to react. I want to go out and be in action. I want to go out and do so many other things. But this is my life, so this is what I'm doing. And I want people to comply. I want people to bend and meld to my will, and I want people to do what I want to do, and I want, and then it's just like, Marge, that is all ego stuff. There is no spirit in that. The spirit is knowing that God has a divine plan. He's working it out. There's a divine order. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to fear. And that's one of the reasons why I want to live on the outskirts. I don't even want to live in a city. I'm tired of freaking feeling other people's emotions that don't do shit to freaking make themselves feel better. I can understand, I mean, because when I was a kid, Mom had an answer for everything. So everything was put back on me. Mom, I'm bored. Go outside and play. There's nobody out to play with. Go find something to do, or I'd start getting in, I was always getting into something, but, because I always had Kundalini life force energy but I was just so different that not a lot of people wanted to hang out with me so much for big periods of time. I'm like small doses. I'm small doses. That's why I think I've already talked too long today, as a matter of fact. Oh, it's okay. And I try to keep down because these guys get all Q-tie? That's cool. I'm trying to be patient, man. I'm trying so hard. Oh, Oregon is an evil, wicked place. The 45th parallel, man. I'm trying to purge this freaking negative energy on the 45th parallel every day. Every day. I know, how do these people get to live in a bubble, man? I mean, I think about it. I mean, and then it's just like, well, yeah, I mean, look at all these people. They even live in gated communities, It's like, what's that? What's security? How do some people get... You could be just as Amish as you want whenever you want. Bring Amish Bad. Just take the good parts of everything that you see and make that you and who you really are, See, that's what I always thought. I'm like, Mom, how come I don't have more friends? I'm like all these different aspects, We all are. I'm like, the comedian. I'm so tired of what they're doing with clowns. It's freaking pissing me off. Twatter and all this clown shit. Like, dude, not all clowns are bad. Heyoka are pretty good. But there's just... I don't really want to hear Long Live the Chief right now. It's creating more cognitive dissonance than anything. I'm even having a hard time with music right now. Like, I don't like the shuffle. How about Black Beatles? Even though, it probably, I don't know. You can't let the frickin' people that made bad choices ruin everything in life. Because it's just, you get to the point that it's like, how much more do I got to cut out? I've already cut out all these things that like make me feel good. I plugged into my higher power. I meditate every day. I'm doing pretty good, but it's just it still ain't easy because I want to hang out with people in real life. I'm ready to meet people and have a life in real life. That's why I want to I want to get to California and have start my life. It's just this holding pattern. I'm done with it. I rebuke it. I'm ready to step forward with this, with the new energies and things like that. And I'm ready to receive love. See, receiving love hasn't always been comfortable for me because everybody that is like been friendly and nice to me, I would say, not everybody. I'm not going to say everybody. I'll say 7 people out of 10 are those dastardly bastards that know who the wounded and broken are and like to take advantage, and that know because we're marked, us trauma kids, we're marked. A lot of us act the same, we wear the same shoes, we dress the same, we're trauma kids, and so we're kind of easy target, because people recognize that we've been so hurt that we're going to do whatever we can to make everybody around us feel better. And the opportunists and the kid eaters freaking pick up on that, and they will take you, and they will take your kids, and they will eat them, and they will summons darkness, demons of darkness. They will. And they don't think anything, and then they'll look at you right in your face and say, that doesn't happen. That's not real. And there you're going, well, maybe it's not real. Maybe I didn't see that. And then, before you know it, you got your everybody's going after did you vote today sticker. You know? Either way, it's going to be hell to pay. It don't matter. It don't matter if the election doesn't happen. If the election happens, they're not going to know who it is. It's because the astrology alignments are just like it was back when I think Bitch Bush and Gore ran, where it was like the election happened, but you ain't going to know. You ain't going to know right away who it is. You know, you ain't going to know. Because it's all part of the plan. It's freaking stupid, man. It's like I'm picturing the beginning of the Muppet. It's time to it's time to set this. I can't remember. I was like 3, but it's time to set. It's like get everything right. Show's gonna start. You know, make the whole world. You know. But the reality of how the show was put on, like when Helen Redding was talking yesterday, is when she was on Solid Gold and stuff like that, is we see the show and it's one flu. It's like, hey, and next we have so-and-so, and then they cut to the person. But what people don't realize is that all that is done in blocks, and you're in a studio by yourself doing your part, you know, just saying those 3 lines over and over. And next, and here we have so-and-so. And now, back after this break, we'll have, you know, and it's just you saying this to a camera. And there's nobody else in the studio. And I've always looked at production like that. Like how things are and how things are presented. And the difference and the means that people go through, the links that people go through to get people to think that the reality of the world is one way. But it's not. It's not. And channels like Pocket of the Future and Could Be Nothing and Keijin and Don't Drink the Kool-Aid and Demetrius, Don't Know Your Last Name, and you know, and all the astrologer ones, man. There's like Rick. I like Rick Levine. I like the Astrology Hub. I don't really like Anne. I don't like Anne on the Astrology Hub. She's a mean girl, you know, and she's a Virgo, like my brother, and so she's like it's not I don't like her, it's just like, why would you? She likes to toy people, and I don't like it. So no, I like the stuff that she has to say. I appreciate her reports, and she has a lot of good information. But I'm like, you probably would never see on a screen me and her side by side having a conversation. Is what I'm saying. You know, just have a good life. Just have it over there. But hey, ain't nobody trying to. You know, I put on people's pages all the time. If you ever want to have if you ever want to have a conversation with the Heyoka, let me know. Not like an interview, but just a conversation, you know. But nobody does, because Adrian Elise, and it doesn't even have to be online. I'm just trying to reach out. I'm gonna make a couple phone calls this morning. I talk to people all the time that I've never talked to before. But we just gotta stay in the right frame of mind and just stay course, and that's what I am trying to omit the fear of, is blowing up my life. This is where I'm trying to do everything different right now, every single thing, because all the times before I've reacted out of fear, and then I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do what I want anyway, and then I wreak havoc, and then there's karma, and then it's just no good, because I step out of my faith into my fear, and then let it rule me. And I ruin stuff. I ruin relationships. I ruin, I break things. I don't want to break things. I want to put things back together. There's going to be a lot of healing that needs to be done, man. And the people that are going to help the healing are the people that are going to have been through the healing themselves, not the people that are paying themselves so much. That's what any government organization, all of it is so that it's never, none of it ever helps the people. Very, very little of it ever helps the people, ever. Very, very, very little. But they sure do pay themselves so much. They pay themselves so much to say, hey, we care. We care about the kids. We want to make sure that the kids are, all the orphanages, all the freaking, all that is so they freaking can eat them. And it's really weird. And then all the police and all the groups that are put in positions to keep them, and so they can too. It's just, there's no spirit in that. So, I think that's about all we got, huh, Tut-Tut? Huh, you got zombie dogs? You got zombie dog eyes? So good boy Tuck. Watch, and then I'll stop, and then he'll wake up and paw at me. Let's see. Your dad wouldn't let me Oh my goodness. Wow, could be nothing. I missed that part of your story. I didn't watch. Barney was after me. I think I was like, Barney was. Yeah, I was not. That was not. I just thought that was creepy. But Sesame Street. I would have to go back and look at what the program. Look at the programs now. But see, the thing is, we pick our programs. We pick our programs. Like, we draw to us of what we want to see based on the vibrational frequency of what's been instilled in us. So, see, I'm an anomaly. I don't usually happen. That's why I'm trying so hard to find people that have, that like you could be nothing, that have freaking gone through the, that know, this world ain't for, we're the meek, see, we're the meek, we're the sensitive, we're the twitchy, we're the escalate, the hypersensitive, we're the ones that observe everything and notice everything, and, and it's happening in all ages. It's whether you want it, kids in the spectrum for whatever reason, whether it's the shots that people are giving them and it's frying their endocrine system, or it's their constant state of being in an elevated state of stimuli, and they don't know how to get quiet and be at peace and things like that, and be at calm and at ease. But it's everything is balance. Everything is balance. That's why today I'm going to actually extra particularly be cognizant of my balance between my masculine and my feminine energies, and I'm going to, instead of being worried about not getting pissed off and mad, what I'm going to do is I'm going to embrace those, the feminine qualities in me, and take on a little bit more self-care today, and a little bit more self-nurturing, and to allow myself to just to, be, because it's what we're seeing on the main stage is a non-resolution of masculine and feminine energies in people within themselves. You have negative and positive. You have all these different polarities, and people haven't kept in balance. So it's like there's gonna be a lot of shit today. This whole weekend is just. I'm just tired of saying that how much crap there is coming. And it's all because people aren't meditating. People aren't making good choices. They aren't doing things, they're not. And then how many people aren't being accountable? Where are all the amends? Where are all the people that are supposed to be coming up and saying, hey, I was wrong for this? No, what we're doing is we're seeing people that got caught, and we're just not going to see them anymore. Like all these famous people and stuff, a lot of these people have done crimes against the humanity, and they're going to you're never going to see them again, and you're just going to wonder what happened to them. They just kind of fell off. But the reality of it is they are no longer on this earth plane. But because there's so many of them, that the people of the United States are so dumbed down that they literally will freaking go crazy with the realization of the reality of the situation of the world. They will, so they have to dumb it down, and just you know how many kids are being saved right now because like the monies aren't being moved and the and all that stuff isn't happening. So with every unfortunate circumstances, there is light in every situation, and for every wonderful gloriful what forever for every good thing that happens, there's black linings. For every silver lining, there's black linings. For every black lining, there's silver linings. There's good shit and bad stuff and good shit. Yeah. It's all what we choose to look at. It's all of our perception, Are we going to look at stuff that happened and be like, this isn't fair? Or it's like, all right, this happened. This is a no for me. Which way should I go now? Because I get a lot of no's. So I get a lot of way. My whole life mostly is directed by like, no, you don't get to do it this way. You don't get to do it this way. And every now and again I get a, okay, you can go through this way. All right, and I guess that's my divine path, Huh. So just don't make it weird, Marge. Just don't make it weird. Just don't make it awkward and weird. I make everything awkward and weird. But at least people know where I stand. Whew. I'm gonna read more of this. How long have I been running my mouth? 55. Holy heck. Time flies when you're running your mouth. Mars. It's a good boy. You get too hot. Does it get too hot in your bits? Is it pretty hot in the bits? I wonder if she knows. I wonder if Magali knows who Jessie Zabora does, because she talks about how her friend was. Magali talks about her friend was sacrificed, so she knows all about this stuff. See, us people that have seen it when we were young and kids, like, and then we live up in a world where people are like, that doesn't happen. I'm like, what fucking planet are you on, man? I mean, I remember being 4 years old, 3 years old across the street. Here, Tuck, you want to go over here? Good boy. What a spot. They all got their spots. Why are you so shady? You so shady? You so shady? You know what's weird is with all this Mars energy, there's always hotter temperatures. Like it's been the 80s in Salem, Oregon, the last few days, and it's like it feels weird. It's because all this potent energy. It's all the kinetic energy that's sitting at the 45th parallel. People are defragging. They're coming out of their lower vibrational, and the ones that are hanging on to their evil, nefarious ways. Ugh. See, the thing of it is all these people are like, shoot, I got to meet my maker one day, and karma's real and stuff like that. You can't. I don't know. People just succumb, man. Just call you Rudolph. I was Rudolph in preschool. I was a Rudolph. You want to go under? I was a Rudolph at Little Acorn Preschool in Atascadero, California. Because they put for the little show, they put lipstick on my nose, and I remember I got in trouble because they put red lipstick on my nose, and I tasted the lipstick, and I liked the way the lipstick tasted. So that's when I started going around, and I get in trouble because I eat my mom's lipstick. Hi, Sean. Hey, Sean, I don't know if I've told you this since I've seen you in my chat, but that diving woman picture that you did, I used to do little intricate doodles like that when I was 14, 15. Because we never had any money, we couldn't do anything, but we ended up getting reams of paper, legal size paper. So I'd sit in the chair and we just listen to Golden Girls or whatever was on TV. They only had 3 channels back then. And in the little 1-bedroom freaking shack that we lived in, That's why me and Mom don't need much space. You know, we're at least used to meager herbs. And I would sit there and I would doodle stuff and like the outside stuff of the diving woman that you did is very reminiscent to me of the doodles that I used to do. And I'm like, yep, same freak tribe, man. See, I'm like your 8-year-old. I was always like the 8-year-old. I was always like, no, it doesn't feel good. No, they have bad eyes. No. And I'm starting to wonder if I don't know, but see, I can wonder about my story, but it's not gonna unless I'm presented with evidence. It's all speculation, you know. But I have Benny, come over here, bud. There you go, bud. Just like that. There. I know that's where you want to be. I know what you like, homie. You don't got no deviated septum. That's tuck. I don't know. But for whatever reason, I'm still here. Hi, Tess. On the napkin. No, the diving woman. The big one that you just did. That you won a contest for or something? I have too many accounts. When you spread yourself too thin. Do I follow you on third eye activated, Sean? I don't even know. Sean. Or is it third eye activated? Or is it both? Or is it turtle? Fucking jeez, Marge. And then they changed their interface again, and you gotta freaking relearn everything again. Oh, okay. The love used to be over here, but now it's up here. I don't know, Sean. It was the diving lady. It's the one that it's like the silhouette of the lady diving, and she has all the doodles around her. I thought it was cool because it reminded me of doodles I used to do. Just freaking art is very therapeutic. Oh, here's my post from 3 years ago. This is when my head was shaved because I freaking was trying to go short, but then the guard broke on my clipper, so it took a big gouge out. So I'm like, I ain't doing that. So I just took it all the way down. So that was 3 years ago. That was like right after the full moon eclipse. I was freaking in my shadow aspects a lot. I was working it out. I was sorting it out. Oh, that's it. Yeah. No, I know who you are. Oh, it's third eye. Okay, so it's third eye. No, I don't want to register to vote. This is all the shit that I just want to do what I want to do. I don't want all these pop-ups and stuff. This is why I hate technology, and I'm going to get to a place that I'm going to be doing a video like once a week, and I ain't even going to be around. You know, because all these people are going to be freaking coming over and hanging out, you know? And it's all this trying to connect online is just freaking pissing me off. Because they're technology. I hate programmers, man. I hate I'm not a programmer. And they just... My brother was a programmer before he was a freaking lawyer, before he was they just like to tweak things and move things around, and it just creates cognitive dissonance. It's just like, you know, it's like a lot of, I can't imagine my mom trying to do anything with the system. I don't think she would be around if I wasn't here to take care of her. I really don't. Because the system is not made to help people. It's only made to hinder people so they just fucking die. It's just ridiculous, man. The system, it's so disgusting. Third eye. Blues is, that's what I was trying to remember, is the blue part. Blues, yeah. Oh, I understand what you're saying. I think. You didn't do the diving girl? Is that what you're saying? I got a glitch in my matrix then. Then that's what it is. Who did the diving girl? And see, I know how much algorithms suck because I've been in IT since, 2005, 2004. But I also know how technology is so glitchy. I remember I was calling a girl I liked in Sacramento when I lived in Sacramento, and she was on, it was dial-up, and she was like on her, like the phone was plugged in to the computer, but I still got through on the phone. Like the phone line was routed through the computer and not through the phone, but still somehow I called on the phone and it went through. And she was like tripping out. She was like, I don't even understand how you're on the phone right now. She was like, and like she was weirded out to the point that she was like, I don't even want to touch. She was not handling it really well because the phone was unplugged, but I called. Is how she presented it, and it might be different. I don't know, but that's just how it seemed to me. But evidently, I get matrix and my wires crossed in my matrix too because I don't. Who is the diving girl? That's just annoying. Oh well, that's me. I can't keep. That's why I try to meditate and keep stuff out of my head because we connect so much data and so much stuff that it's like when you're spending too much of your time balancing on negative stuff, you're keeping your energy field in a negative vibration, whether you're doing it for awareness or not, So keep it balanced. So as much as your people are doing reports on the negative dark shit, try and do some reports on good shit too, Because even if people are showing the darkness for what it is, the darkness is still winning because it's still getting more airplay. So I'm saying this to myself too. That so like if I start feeling like I'm a little too negative or something, I'll remind myself, say something nice. Say something nice, Marge. Yeah, everything it's all more lockdown. See, that's the thing is every time they change stuff, I think I was wrong, Sean. I'll message you if I find it. I'll message you on. I'll get like a screen grab and show you on Believe. So I already knew. I remember I had a roommate that was having. She wasn't a very good person, and it's funny because I think about it because her grandfather was like Costco, or maybe it was Pfizer. It was one of those big, huge conglomerate companies that they don't give a shit about people either. They're all indignant and freaking privileged and shit like that. And she was talking shit about me to a friend of hers. And she was in Bellevue, Nebraska, and that's where she was my roommate. And she was talking shit about me to her friend in Ohio. And I got a voicemail on my phone, and I picked up my voicemail after a meeting, and I started listening to the voicemail, and it was her talking shit to her friend on my voicemail. And I went and I played it to her. And she was like, what are you going to say? You're going to sit there and I played you how you're talking shit about me. Are you going to sit there and tell me that? No, you can't. See, that's what I'm saying. When stuff like that happens, my whole life, Mom has been saying the truth always comes out. And it comes out in that way, in godly ways. In ways, if you're supposed to. She ended up later sleeping with the girl I dated, So, sometimes people want to be like you. I don't know. What do you do? I don't know. So, and it was right down the street from, because I couldn't live with her. I wanted to live by myself because I didn't want to live with her. It was just time to go away, you know. So I went and got a place up in Omaha, and then she moved in literally right in the townhouse right down the block from me. Okay, so when I'd have to drive past her house every day on the way to work, right? And then I stopped seeing the girl that I was seeing. She started seeing her, so then I'd see the girl I was seeing at her house and stuff, right? And I'd drive past, and it's just like, don't let it bother you, Marge. Don't let it bother you, Marge. Don't let it bother you, Marge. You know, don't let it, you know, it's them, not, you know. And it's just like, I can't make this shit up, man. People are just freaking weird. They are just weird. Yeah, some memes are pretty freaking, I don't know. I like memes because you can't track lines of thought. Because AI will never, that's why, make all the memes, because they'll never figure out memes. They won't, because you don't know the person's frame of reference, and AI doesn't know how to track thought. It can lead thinking, but it can't track thought. So, anyway, I hope you have a